another DIY show. Nope.
Hey, what's up all? My name is Keith. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. So what I wanted to do is I actually wanted to document an experiment. So it seems like I'm always fixing stuff, and not necessarily because I want to. A lot of times is I don't want to spend the money or I can't afford it. I usually get it right, and when I do, at what cost am I getting it right? So what I want to do is I want to keep a running tab of what I actually spend versus what I saved and what I'm fixing. So I want to be really clear. I am not a DIY channel. I am not going to help you fix your stuff. But what I will do is I'll kind of give you my experiences and kind of relay some of the information of how I go about finding information, where I get it from, and how I go about the process. And at the end of it, you know, if I do get it fixed, was it worth the time? Was it worth the energy? Should I have just paid somebody to do it, or did it work out? So we'll see that process. So here we go. The first episode I want to do is going to be on this thing. I really love this piece of equipment. This is a headphone amplifier. So what this does is we have 4 headphone jacks. So in the recording process, everybody would get their own headphones, and then you also have volume control for it. What makes this so significant, what I love about this, is the talkback feature. Why this is so, if you were in a studio recording and the person's behind the glass, in order to communicate with them, it goes through the audio. Obviously this is not a studio, but we do have the mic set up around the corner. So what we're able to do is we can communicate. Whoever's sitting here working a session can communicate back there. And for some reason this was not working anymore. So I wanted to open it up and check out what I was doing. Check out to see if I could figure out what was wrong with this. Here we go. So I always like to get tools and stuff prepared before I go. You can see everything set up there. And I just go through, get all the screws off, and as soon as I opened it up, I saw this. So it looks like something exploded. And I looked down, I can see that the capacitor had exploded. So I just did a quick search online, found these capacitors on Amazon for $5.99. Ordered a couple, came in. It looked to be the same fit. So then I got to go through the process of trying to figure out how to put them in. Did a quick YouTube search and found a couple of videos.
Trying to fix this. And this is really hot. It's a soldering iron. Soldering iron.
On the bottom?
No, on the top. Here. That's really hot.
You feel it?
Yes.
Ah. Are you gonna burn yourself?
Hope not.
So the process seemed pretty straightforward. You had to solder out the old joints, and then the capacitors will pop right out. You should leave a little hole there once you take the capacitor out, and then you're able to replace the capacitor. So once that's all set and prepped and ready to go, you just got to heat them up so that the solder kind of adheres to it. My joints aren't the prettiest, but you see they are there. They are in there. And while I was there, I just replaced both of them. Might as well. I had 3 capacitors that came with it, so I just went ahead and changed both of them. Reassembled. Had all the screws there. I remember where they went. Put it back together, and it was all good to go.
They see ya?
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up, Daddy. We did it.
Would you do it again? No, that wasn't fun.
It was. I just don't want to do it one more time.
Okay. So it did work out. Would I do it again? I definitely would. It's definitely not a beginner's thing to try to do, but if you have some type of handy skills, you can pull it off. I did save what is it, $215 to get something comparable. I probably had to go with something like the Mackie Big Knob Studio for $220, or I could actually go ahead and replace my Apollo Twin, which is the first version, for $700 just to get the talkback feature. No thank you. I definitely do think it was worth it. Until next time, we'll see you next time. Say bye.